Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. This morning I am going to share to you the structure of the statement of the problem and the hypothesis of this study. And this is specific to the format that we are using, and of course this is recommendatory. You may adopt this, you may not. Alright. Let us first talk about the statement of the problem. The statement of the problem is actually the objective of the study. It consists of the primary objective and the specific objectives. In other research, particularly those researches in other agencies, they use the term objective of the research or research project, and we have also this specific objectives. Now, the customary practice in academic research is to state or reiterate the title of the study. And if that should be the case, for instance, if the study is assessment on the implementation of the health risk reduction management program of the University of Rizal System, the primary objective of this study may be stated in this way: to determine the level of implementation of the health risk reduction management program of the University of Rizal System. Sometimes we add the period, example, during the school year 2021 to 22 or during the fiscal year 2021. Now, if the line of statement of the primary objective is like this, my recommendation is to state also the output of the study. So, for instance, you mentioned in the primary objective of the study. The primary objective of this study is to, it's either to assess the implementation of the health risk reduction management program of the University of Rizal System during the fiscal year 2021 to 22. You may perhaps add, the output of the study will be an enhanced implementation program, or it may be the enhanced implementation of the health risk reduction guidelines or enhanced program on the implementation of the risk reduction management program. So that might be your primary objective of this study. It depends on you. But my suggestion is to go for or state what will be the output or what will be the outcome. Because the trend this time is outcome based oriented, output based oriented research. Now, after stating the primary objective of this study, the next thing that you will state is all about the specific questions. The practice of our students when they state the specific questions. The specific questions or specific objectives are actually stated in question form in academic research. Perhaps you will say, specifically, it will answer the following questions. The students may go directly to specifying the questions without doing any uh, analysis on how to carry on with the primary objective of the study. Now, if that would be the case, granting that the primary objective of the study is to assess the implementation of the health risk reduction management program of the University of Rizal system, uh, and there's an expected output. How 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 will you accomplish this primary objective? And in order to answer that, you will answer the specific questions. So, example of the specific objectives. So, you will say specifically, it will answer the following questions. What is the level of the implementation of health risk reduction management program of the University of Rizal system with respect to the following aspect as assessed by stakeholders? We have 1.1, health risk prevention and mitigation, health risk preparedness, health risk response, and health risk rehabilitation. And these are actually the variables of the study. Then the next, is there a significant difference in the level of assessment of the respondents on the implementation of health risk reduction management program with respect to the different aspects? So you will find the difference in the assessment of the respondents with respect to the different aspects or variables I mentioned. That that so if this will be answered, it's automatic that you can now craft the enhanced program on the on risk reduction management. So it can already be stated like that. Now, my suggestions in order for you to formulate the specific objectives with which will really answer the primary objective of the study. One, you may use this management tool, which is the logical framework, or we call it as log frame. In other researches, when the request the community to submit a research proposal, they require the proponent to uh, develop the logical framework. And in the logical framework, you can extract the goal, which might be the primary objective of your research. You can get the purpose. Then I think there's an activity, something like that. Perhaps in my next video, I can show to you the structure of the logical framework. And of course, you may also craft the, or you may also have this what we call the objective tree analysis or problem tree analysis. When I write research proposal, I'm sorry, I use this logical framework. I also use this um, problem tree analysis in order to derive the objectives. You will first state the primary objective, what are the root causes of this a primary problem, what are the root causes of the problem, and what will be the effect. So you have to really um, get your objectives in accordance with the problem tree analysis or objective tree analysis. So perhaps you will design a box at the top. Uh, you will, or at the center, you will write the primary problem or the problem behind the study. Then at the top, there you will prepare several boxes. Then it will point to the which represent the causes. You will identify the causes. Then, of course, the next is or are the boxes on the effect. That is, there will be arrows pointing to the boxes for the effect if the problem will not be addressed. So these are some tips on how you will formulate your statement of the problem or statement of objectives or specific questions. Our students are really well versed in formulating a statement of the problem. The reason why perhaps they do not have this what we call um, problem tree analysis or objective tree analysis and the logical framework. But mind you, my guys, if you will use the logical framework, you use problem tree analysis, I am pretty sure of the clear directions of your research or perhaps of your thesis, such that if you will be submitting your proposal for evaluation, it's automatic that um, they will see the direction of the thesis. Okay, let us proceed now to the hypothesis. Actually, when we are talking about hypothesis, this is a prediction that will be tested, which actually based on the inferential question. What are these inferential questions? If the statement or if the line of questioning is like this, is there a significant difference? Is there a significant association? Is there a significant relationship? These are inferential questions. And you will have a tentative answer. You have the prediction of these inferential questions. And the prediction, anticipation of a tentative answers to the questions you stated in the statement of the problem is what we call as hypothesis. And in this given example, there is no significant difference in the level of assessment of the respondents on the implementation of the health risk reduction management program with respect to the different aspects. The hypothesis will runs this way. There is no significant difference in the level of assessment of the respondents on the implementation of health risk reduction management program with respect to the different aspects. There are so many ways in stating your hypothesis. In academic research, we use this null hypothesis instead of alternative hypothesis. And some says that null hypotheses are easily be tested. Well, uh, the the customary practice is use really the null hypothesis. During our days when we were still in college, we used to be stating both the alternative and the null hypothesis. If you hear about there is no significant difference, there is no significant relationship, there is no significant associations, we are talking about null hypothesis. But if you hear there is a significant relationship, there is a significant difference, these are statements of positive statement, and we call it as um, alternative hypothesis. Again, in research, academic research, we usually use um, null hypothesis stated in negative form. Okay, so these are all about for the writing of the statement of the problem and hypothesis. Um, Again, these are just recommendatory. I am not saying that you adapt this, you make this as a reason when you will be questioned by the evaluators of your proposals. It's up to you if you will use this as your guide. The very purpose of this video is really to for you to have guidance that when you will state your objectives of the study, or when you will write your statement of the problem, you must have this primary objective of the study and the specific objectives which is in question form. And for the hypothesis, you will use, or you may use the null hypothesis as a customary practice. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like the video, kindly share it to your classmates and friends. And if you are new to my channel, kindly click subscribe and the notification bell so that you will be updated with my upcoming videos. Thank you very much again, and God bless. Keep safe, everyone.